Okay, so now we've uploaded our video successfully. We also have our data points, and now we just want to take those data points over to Microsoft Excel. So the way we're going to do that is by selecting on the data file here. Once we select on this data file, we can just go to Open In, and of course we want to go to Microsoft Excel. So the only way we can get there is by copying it to Graphical first. And once we take it to Graphical, we need to convert this over to table. These are some nice sinusoidal waves. So we have all of the data points here. Let's just go ahead and take this to Microsoft Excel. So once we have this open in Microsoft Excel, we're going to make sure that we save this to the appropriate folder by converting and editing. Keeping our name, going to Dropbox. It should not be experiment at this time. You should actually have the name of the experiment as well as your last name and your first name. I'm going to go ahead and select on Physics Brass Eric, and then, of course, rotating PVC. So you'll see our template is already there. Let's just go ahead and save this. And once it is saved, we are now going to go ahead and analyze this. I always like to open up the title row so that we can see which data we are utilizing. Now remember, all we need is the X and the Y. If we look at the theory again, it's just the X and the Y because we need to produce the radius, and the radius is going to utilize Pythagorean, or we're going to calculate the radius utilizing the Pythagorean theorem. And that's just x squared plus y squared equals to r squared. And then we're going to use our sine and cosine functions. And so that's pretty much it. So let's just hide this data that's superfluous at the moment, not useless. Then I'm just going to grab this and copy the data. Now I want to go back, and I'm not in the folder right now, so I'm just going to go to Open. And after I go to Open, of course, Dropbox again. And Physics, and then rotating PVC. So let me open up rotating PVC, last name, first name. It's taking quite a while to come down, but that's okay. There we go. So what you'll see is the X and Y values and also time values. So we will need our time in this particular template. And we'll just go back and get that. But right now, let's plug in our X and Y values. So I'm just going to paste that. And so you see that the radius is calculated and the sine is calculated, the cosine is calculated because it's just based on the X, Y, and R, or the X, the A, B, and C. And then we want to plot these. So we're going to plot them versus time. So let's go down and look at our data. Look how far the data is going down compared to the sheet. So one nice useful technique is this. You'll notice that there's a formula there. There is no formula there. But there's a formula there. We're just going to go ahead and grab all of this, go all the way over, and fill. And then let's just drag this down to the edge of the data set. I don't know how far down it goes. I'll just stop right there. Oh, it's not far enough. All right. Cool. And notice that the graphs are not graphing right now. So let's go ahead and get those time values. Just going to go back. Remember that it's automatically saving. And I'm going to go back into my PVC brass Eric. Just my data file. And we need to open this up. I'm just going to unhide A. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go back to the previous file. Just here. And now we want to paste our values in. So I'm just going to go ahead and select on the entire column and then paste. And then again, select on this entire column and paste. And then all of our data points should match. Length of the column should match. And now we can just see that we have our sine versus cosine. Now notice, these are pretty short. So we just select on this. All of the data is not selected. So watch what happens to the sine wave. Look at that. It's quite beautiful. We have our cosine wave. So let me select here. Let's just pull this down. And look at our cosine wave. And this will almost end our assignment. We need to go back to Dropbox. And let me just go ahead and close this and go to Dropbox. And once we go to Dropbox, we should see this come down. So I guess I can pull down, back, and let me go back into my rotating PVC, and there it is. Rotating PVC, and we should see all of our information here. There we go. Now we don't see anything on our graph, but that's just Microsoft Excel, Dropbox. Wait a minute, these are time values. It doesn't look like it's updated yet. Let me go back. Yep, there we go. Now it's updated. Basically, it had to go to the cloud, and now it's back down. So I am definitely going to change this name. And this is always going to be the indicator that we're done. And let's go ahead and send link, then copy link, share this with the Gamma Physics, and you're done. The physics site, the STEM site. Okay.